Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 of the Not Religious podcast. I am your host, Savannah of Israel. And today, first of all, can I just start by saying I was watching back episode 1. Y'all give me some grace. Give me grace, girl, because I was getting over the flu and I didn't realize how much it was affecting my mood, but my energy was it was not giving. It was giving boring, just slightly. Yes, we talked about some good things, but I do feel like my energy level was definitely down because I was getting over the flu. So, your girl is back. Completely different, y'all. I don't know. I think I was just tired that day as well. I had a lot going on, okay? But in today's episode, we are going to be talking about a verse that really convicted me as a young wife, okay? So this verse is Proverbs 27:15, and it reads, "A quarrelsome wife is like the dripping of a faucet." A dripping faucet. Girl, when I read that for the first time, I said, that's not cute. It definitely convicted me. Okay, so let me give y'all a little background, right? Like I said, I grew up in a household where I grew up in a 2-parent household, but I do feel like because it wasn't necessarily rooted in faith, there were things that I picked up from early childhood, even a little bit after, because we obviously have an example of a woman in our household when we grew up in a 2-parent household, right? And I love my mom. I love her, don't get me wrong. But there are certain things that she did not teach me, obviously. I think, and that goes for anybody, right? But girl, I was a nagger, okay? I definitely and I didn't realize that I was a nagger. That's what's crazy about this, okay? Because what we think as women is nagging to a man may not actually be nagging, and then what he thinks is nagging may not be what you think is nagging. Okay? Let me explain, girl, because I have a couple examples that I can pull from, but I'm going to pull one of them, okay? Not too much on me. So, actually, this happened a few weeks ago. Okay, so let me break it down. What I personally think nagging is I've asked you to do something once, and maybe you didn't do it on your timing, or my timing, but you did it on your timing, okay? And so in that in-between time of it not being done, I might have brought it up 2-3 more times, okay? That's kind of what I think is nagging. And I'm not going to say that that's not nagging, because I personally would still consider it nagging. But I was convicted the other day. That was such a long pause and dramatic for no reason. But I was convicted the other day because let me think. Okay, so I told my husband, oh, I remember. I had brought up, right, that my daughter needed her diaper changed. And I think I was doing something, but I had brought it up, and I don't think I got a response out of him. And so I think a little bit later, I kind of went to go do the thing, but I kind of had a little bit of attitude, right? So I went to go change the diaper on my own. And obviously you can tell, it's you're sucking all the energy out the room. Because I already mentioned this thing once. Why is it not done? That's what I'm going through in my head, okay? So I'm pretty sure my husband was like, I feel your energy in the room right now. And like I said, I was convicted by this. I'm pretty sure my husband said it in like the most graceful way ever. He was like, I heard you. I heard you. And he got up to do the thing. So it wasn't like he didn't hear me. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like he wasn't going to do the thing. But a lot of times as women, we want it done when we want it. And we want it done how we want it done. You know, we're very particular, girl. We're very particular. And I do believe that the Most High made us this way, but like sometimes we be doing too much. Let's be real. So again, Proverbs 21:9. It is better to live in a corner of the... actually, this is a different one, but this is a good one, though. I actually have a couple verses that I'm going to read to y'all on the subject, because the Most High tells women how we are supposed to conduct ourselves, right? So, it is better to live in a corner of the housetop than in a house shared with a quarrelsome wife. It is better to live in a corner of a housetop. Just imagine. Imagine you just sitting in the corner of your roof somewhere, and that is your home. Like, that's not cute. That's not cute. We do not need to be out here being quarrelsome wives. Quarrelsome is like, again, bringing something up multiple times, argumentative, debateful. Like, I definitely have had my times, okay? I have definitely had my share. I've been married for 2 years. We just had our 2nd year anniversary a couple months back. So, but I'll say in the beginning of our marriage, y'all was still pruning me, okay? He was still pruning me and had to get rid of a lot of things, because your girl was definitely, like I said, I could nag and I could debate. And here's the difference between argumentative and debate, right? I may not have been argumentative, like in the sense of like tonal, you know what I'm saying? Like yelling type arguments or like rapid fire argument. But what I was debateful in the sense of like, I had this idea of what truth was and of the way that I wanted things to go. And if it didn't go that way in the conversation, I was quick to like rebuttal and give my standpoint. And girl, I'm not perfect, because really, honestly, like even just saying that out loud, I'm like, I probably did that the other day. You know what I'm saying? So we're not perfect, but these are things that I'm very much well aware of now. And he's still working on me in that way. The call to be a virtuous woman, the call to not be a quarrelsome wife is not going to happen overnight. It's just not. I'll be honest with y'all. But you have to be actively working on it. Like even in the moment, sometimes it can be hard if you're in a conversation with your husband and you're like, it would take everything in me right now to be like, you know what, you're right and I'm wrong and I just need to sit down somewhere. But in all honesty, how many things would be debriefed the moment that you do that? You know what I'm saying? How many arguments, how many debates, how many disagreements would be immediately diffused if you did that? That's all I'm saying. Okay? That's literally all I'm saying. So don't be a quarrelsome wife. Don't be argumentative. Don't be debateful. Your husband should have the final say-so. Your husband should have the final say-so. And if you have a problem with that, you might need to take it up with the Most High. Take it up with the Most High, because there is a reason that he made man head of the household. There was a reason that he made man first, and there was a reason that he made Eve from Adam's rib. Okay? So like we as women, sometimes we do need to humble ourselves. Please, let's please humble yourself. Anyway, okay, so next verse that I wanted to point out. This is actually a verse in the Apocrypha. So if you're not familiar with the Apocrypha, it is a collection of books that were taken out of our scriptures. We'll get into that in a different podcast episode, but just now, okay? So this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, otherwise known as Sirach. So this is Sirach 26, verses 1 through 2. And it says, "Blessed is the husband of a good wife. The number of his days will be doubled. A worthy wife brings joy to her husband, and he will fulfill the years of his life in peace." Is that not a beautiful verse? Like, that verse right there, like, it just makes you want to be the wife that the Most High created you to be. Because hearing how much of a blessing a wife can be to her husband, baby, that should be the goal. You know what I'm saying? So blessed is the husband of a good wife. The number of his days shall be doubled. Are you doubling your husband's days, girl? Or are you just stressing that man out to the point where you're decreasing his days? Like, it's funny, but it's not funny because, like, genuinely, if you think about it, right, stress can kill a man. Stress can kill a man. Have y'all not seen them rates going up? Especially Yahudin men. Especially our colored men, okay? Them, like, heart attack rates is jumping off the charts right now. So what are you doing as a wife to not stress your husband out? Are you adding days to your husband's life, or are you taking away? Girl, because I will not be found taking away my husband's days. I just can't do it, girl. I can't do it. That imagine getting to the kingdom. Imagine getting to the kingdom and the Most High is like, you done took days off my son's life. No, thank you. No, thank you. Judgment is coming. No, thank you. Okay. Let's read, wait, I did want to note another thing. A worthy wife brings joy to her husband, and he will fulfill the years of his life in peace. So, in that same verse, he's literally saying a worthy wife will allow her husband to fulfill his days in peace. So again, it kind of goes back to that. Are you adding stress, or are you taking away his stress? You know what I'm saying? Are you adding peace to his life, girl? Or are you adding strife to his life? Which one is it going to be? It's a blessing. Let's like, even for women, it is for anybody. I don't even know why I said that. For anyone, it is a blessing to live out your days in peace. A peaceful day? What? Baby, you know how many people will pay for a peaceful day? Okay, so let's allow our husbands to live their days in peace. Okay, so back to the conduct of women, right? Titus 2, verses 3 through 5 says, "Likewise, teach the older women." No, it definitely says younger women, right? Okay, I wrote that down wrong. For some reason, I put likewise teach the older women, but clearly it's younger women. "Likewise, teach the younger women to be reverent in the way they live." Okay, so how are women supposed to live? Not to be slanderers, not to be addicted to too much wine, not to be addicted to too much alcohol, but to teach what is good. Then they can urge the younger women to love their husbands and children, to be self-controlled and pure, to be busy at home, to be kind, and to be submissive to their husbands. He just gave y'all the layout. He just gave you the foundation on how to be a good wife. Okay? Like, and that, I don't feel like that's too much to ask for. I just don't feel like that's too much to ask for. Baby, don't be out here getting drunk. Don't be doing that. Don't be a slanderer. Don't be out here cussing out this person and that person and using foul language, and don't be doing that. Okay? Don't be slandering other people in general. Love your husband. Love your children. Be busy at home. Be a homemaker, baby. A homemaker. Be kind. Don't tell me you can't be kind. Be kind. What else does it say? And to be submissive. And to be submissive to your husband. That's not too much to ask for. Virtuous women, wake up. Because that's not too much to ask for. Baby, do you want a husband or not? That's all I'm saying. And like I said, baby, I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. So I speak on this topic with passion because I am you. I am you. Okay? So genuinely, if you're looking to be a wife, or if you are a wife, this video is for you, because we got some things we need to do in order to be virtuous wives. We not gonna wake up and Yah is not just gonna do the work for us. Okay? That may be what Christianity teaches. But baby, you got to put in some work. Okay? It's not gonna happen overnight. But if you not working to become a virtuous woman, he's not just gonna up and make you a virtuous woman. That's not how it works, baby. Faith without works is dead. Anyway, what else we got? Okay, 1 Peter 3, verses 1 through 4. Wives, in the same way, submit yourselves to your own husbands, so that if any of them do not believe the word, they may be won over without the words by the behavior of their wives. That's so good. When they see the purity and reverence of your lives. Your beauty should not come from outward adornment, such as elaborate hairstyles, the wearing of gold jewelry, or fine clothes. Rather, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet. Let me say that again. Beauty in the eyes of the Most High is a gentle and quiet woman. Gentle and quiet, okay, which is of great worth in Yah's sight. There's a few things in this verse that I want to unpack, to be honest. First of all, submit yourself to your own husband. Submit to your husband. That we can leave that one right there, honestly. It says, though, if you are with an unbelieving husband, you must be living it out so that they can see the purity and reverence in your life, and they will be won over by your life and by your reverence to the Most High. So that's for my wives who may be in a unequally yoked relationship. If so, we are called to stay with them and win them over. It's going to be work. It's going to be hard. But this is encouragement. You can do all things through him who strengthens you. Okay? Okay, let's keep going. Your beauty shouldn't be what you wear and the elaborate gold and hairstyles and this, that, and the third, how the world tells you. Rather, what's beautiful in the sight of the Most High is a gentle and quiet spirit. Why are you yelling? Why are you yelling as a wife? Why are you yelling as a woman? It's not cute. Cut it out. Cut it out. Okay, one thing I will say is, like, I never understood loudness in a woman. I'll be honest. And I don't say that with judgment. But I never understood it. I was always a quiet girl growing up by the grace of the Most High. But just hearing a woman be loud was very much like disrespectful to me. It was. It genuinely was. So that's one thing I will say. Like, I'm thankful that the Most High did make me a more quiet person, because that would just be something on top that I just would have to get rid of. You know what I'm saying? So let's work on that, ladies. Let's work on that. What else do we have? Okay. Is this the last verse? Okay, 2 more verses, and then we're going to wrap this podcast episode up, because I can't be on here too long, girl. I'm a mom. Proverbs 14:1 says, "The wise woman builds her house, but with her own hands, the foolish one tears hers down." So you can either be wise, rooted in the Most High's word, because that's where wisdom is found, baby, and build up your house, or you can be foolish, someone who's not looking towards the Most High. Foolish. You're wise in your own eyes, but you're foolish. Girl. And the foolish one tears her house down. So you have a choice. Like I said, wisdom is found in that book. Okay? Wisdom is found seeking the Most High. So if you're not seeking the Most High as a wife, as a woman, you're going to be foolish. That's plain and simple, baby. And I'm not saying, again, like everything, it's not going to happen overnight. I still have foolish ways. And what about it? I still have foolish ways. The Most High is still working on me. But I do know where wisdom is found. And I do know where wisdom should be seeked out. I do know where I need to be drawing wisdom from. Okay? So that's where we run to. Them scriptures and the Most High. Get in that secret place, because He will give you wisdom. Okay? You better ask for it. You better ask for it. What do we have next? Okay, this is the last verse. 1 Timothy 2:9-10 says, "I also want the women to dress modestly." Do not get me started on this topic. I want the women to dress modestly, he says, with decency and propriety. You are to dress modestly with decency and propriety. That means you need to be covering up, girl. You need to be covering up, girl. Yeah, you do. And honestly, you know, there's this kind of stigma going around that modesty looks different on everyone. And I agree. I agree. But if you showing cleavage and talking about you modest, girl, we need to talk. We need to talk, okay? Because, yeah. He goes into detail here. It says modestly, but then with decency and propriety. Decency means, girl, you need to cover up them goods. You know what decency means. Let's not act. Don't be playing. You ain't fooling me, girl. Decency, cover yourself, Miss Ma'am. Cover yourself. And I'm not perfect, okay? And I'm not saying that you're going to be perfect either. But we should be striving for perfection. Absolutely, 100%. Cover up. If you're not married, think about this. You don't want to be showing your goods left and right to every man that's not your husband, sis. Save it for your husband. Save it for your husband. Save it. He will be so much more appreciative and look at you like a gem if you save it for your husband. Now, listen. I had my days, okay? I had my days. I had my days. Praise y'all for a husband with grace, because I had my days. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Look, my husband texted me. Let me wrap it up, girl. Okay. So, he says, I also want the woman to dress modestly with decency and propriety, adorning themselves, not with elaborate hairstyles or golden pearls or expensive clothes. That's another thing, don't get me started on. I'm probably going to do a whole podcast episode on this. I'm not going to lie to you, because why are you buying Gucci and Louis Vuitton and Prada as a believer? Girl, take that Gucci off. Didn't they just do blackface last week? Take it off. Take it off. What are you doing wearing this expensive stuff? It don't even be cute. You're wasting your money, if we're being honest. You do not need Louis Vuitton. You do not need Prada. You do not need Gucci. You do not need none of them name brands that the world is pushing behind. First of all, there's so many things that they do behind closed doors that, like I said, a whole nother podcast episode. We're not even about to get into it, but take it off. Take it off, please. Anyway, y'all made me mad. This is why I need to cut my energy levels down, because I will be yelling at y'all. Anyway, not expensive clothes, but with good deeds. Appropriate for women who profess to worship Yah. Girl, if you profess in the name of the Most High, you need to be doing good deeds. That is beautiful in the Most High's sight. Not these expensive, elaborate jewels and purses and clothes and shoes. Girl, where your good deeds at? Where your fruit at? Did you give today? Girl, did you give today? Did you give this week? Did you give this month? Did you feed the homeless? Did you ignore that man with the sign? Girl, let me get off this camera. Let me get off this camera. Until I see you next time, girl. I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast episode. Y'all stay tuned for episode 3 of Not Religious Podcast with your girl, Savannah of Israel. Bye, y'all.